Hi everybody, welcome back to Taken Makes by Sarah, and today I am going to be doing a video where I respond to some of the kind comments that have been left on this YouTube channel and my Pinterest page. This is kind of a little play on, people sometimes respond to rude comments, and I think it's a lot more fun to respond to the kind comments rather than the unkind comments. So I have a list of them here and I'm going to go through them and respond to them. So the first comment is, I love your upbeat spirit. And I have to say thank you for that, because some days in this world it can be hard to be upbeat. But the second the camera goes on, I pull myself into a good mood. The second comment says, these craft kits are great for after school. And I have to agree. It is so nice to have something to hand to your kids when they get home from school before they get into the madness of doing homework and all that stuff. It's a nice alternative, and you don't have to prep any of it yourself. It comes in the bag all ready for them to go crazy with it. The next comment says, I wish these were around when I was a kid. And I totally feel that too. Growing up, of course, they've always had the store-bought ones that you can get, but those ones just still require so much preparation and they are very expensive. They were always more of a special treat for me if it was my birthday or if it was Christmas. That's when I would do those. So thank you so much for that comment. That is a very kind comment, and I totally wish that those were around when I was young as well. The next comment says, I love that there are 3 levels for different age ranges. Each of my kids can enjoy a kit. This I put a lot of thought into when I first started I'm gonna forget the word. When I first started thinking up the idea for Taken Makes by Sarah, I wanted to make sure that there were different ranges for different ages. So stuff for the little kids that more focuses on fine motor skills, stuff for the older kids that's more independent, a lot of stuff where they're learning shapes, they're learning cutting, weaving, dotting, all kinds of different stuff that they can do, as they grow up and as they also learn those skills through school, and they need to learn some of those skills. And of course, it makes it a lot more fun when you're doing a craft rather than other ways of learning. The next one says, these crafts are so much more affordable and educational that those can be bought, than those that can be bought in store. And I know I did just mention that, is the ones that you can get in store are they're ridiculously expensive, and they're always, well, they're not always, but sometimes they can be super messy, and they're, like I said, they're expensive, they get messy, they don't tend to really teach you anything. So I wanted to create an alternative that was affordable, helped kids learn something, and could be used anytime. Yeah. And then the last comment says, these are very nice videos, great for kids who are visual learners. So that was a comment left on a Some Assembly Required video. When I wrote the first direction sheet for a craft kit that I made, just for an example, I wrote the direction sheet and I read it a couple different times, and I'm I hope this makes sense to parents. I hope this makes sense to kids who are going to read it themselves. And I'm there has to be a different way that I can get this across besides just writing the directions. So I sat down and I filmed myself doing that craft kit, and I watched it back with another one of those craft kits and put it together as I watched myself put it together, which was a little weird. But I did it, and then I also did another one where I read the directions, and I was reading the directions totally works. But for younger kids and for maybe parents who don't have time to explain everything to their children, there's other stuff going on, you're running around, you're doing chores around the house, and it's just here, play the kid down with a craft kit. It's nice to have an alternative way to figure out how to put this stuff together. And so that's where I really came up with the idea of doing the Some Assembly Required. So thank you so much for those who left these kind comments. There were so many other kind comments that were left that I didn't talk about. There are just an overwhelming amount, which is very positive. Keep building each other up, keep building your craft kits, have lots of fun, and don't forget that the Take and Make Showcase is coming soon. Submit your, please submit your photos to the blog. If you go on the blog, you'll see the drop down arrow. I will link the blog in the description, and submit those photos to get in there. I will randomly be choosing one winner to get a free craft kit. You will get it shipped to your house for free, and you will not have to pay for it at all. Also, don't forget this week to submit photos of your craft kit, because one lucky winner will receive free shipping on their next order, no matter how big or how small the order is. All right, thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Bye!